I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice. Let us begin. You've wasted years on the wrong people, the wrong jobs, the wrong life, and you know it. Not because someone told you, but because your body flinches every time you say, "I'm fine." Because you wake up dreading what you chose. Because your silence is louder than your schedule. You've been loyal to things that drain you, roles that flatten you, stories that once made sense, but now just make you disappear. You call it commitment, but it's really a contract with your own denial. The meetings you take, the dinners you attend, the apologies you keep making. It's not discipline. It's fear, dressed up as duty. You don't need more time. You need a line in the sand. But drawing that line means admitting what you've known for too long. This thing you're in, it's over. And your nervous system knows it. You're not here because you're confused. You're here because walking away feels like dying. And you haven't learned yet that it's the staying that's killing you slowly. But this isn't just about exhaustion. It's about what staying is costing you. Every single day. That's what we name next. So get ready. You don't feel alive anymore. You feel competent, reliable, maybe even respected. But alive? No. That part of you is somewhere else, waiting for permission to return. Every time you say yes to what you've outgrown, something inside you gets quieter. A vision, a voice, a pulse that used to guide you before the performance took over. You smile when you're supposed to. You show up where you're needed. But in the private space, the mirror, the shower, the late night silence, you're angry. Not just at them, at yourself, because you know exactly what you're doing. You're trading your clarity for comfort. You're performing a version of you that stopped being true a long time ago. And every day you stay, you're teaching your nervous system that safety matters more than self-respect. That's the price. It's not just time, it's identity decay. And no job title or relationship status is worth that. So stop pretending you don't know. You already left emotionally. Now the only thing left is to understand why you're still physically here. That's the next cut we make. Because this isn't about laziness, weakness, or loyalty. It's about the invisible fear that keeps you performing a life you don't believe in. And that fear, it's been running the show. Until now. Let's expose it. You stayed because leaving would have shattered the image. Not theirs, yours. Because if you walk away from this job, this relationship, this identity, then who are you without it? What happens when the applause stops? When no one is depending on you anymore? You told yourself it was duty, but it was really avoidance. Avoiding the silence that would rise once the noise stopped. Avoiding the grief of no longer being needed. You became dependable because being wanted felt safer than being real. You became high-functioning because stillness felt like death. You built a life where you were always necessary, so no one could notice you were disappearing. And in that performance, you got rewarded, admired, promoted, chosen. But only for a version of you that was never fully home in your own skin. That's the real reason you stayed. You weren't just afraid to leave them. You were afraid to meet the version of you that only shows up when no one's clapping. But now you've seen the lie. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So the only question left is this. Will you keep pretending this works, or will you finally break the script? Because next we go into the rupture, the clean cut, the sentence that ends the performance for good. Get ready. This is where we stop negotiating. Stop calling it complicated. It's not. You don't want to hurt anyone. But you're bleeding out trying to keep something alive that's already dead. You don't owe another month of pretending. You don't need another meeting, another apology, another justification for why you haven't moved yet. You've already left. Your body flinches when the phone rings. Your gut clenches at their name. Your spirit shrinks when Monday comes. You're not confused. You're just still trying to make your guilt louder than your knowing. But guilt is not guidance, and fear is not loyalty. You're not noble for staying. You're not strong for enduring. You're just disappearing one boundary at a time and calling it maturity. So let's stop here. This isn't working, and you're the only one still pretending it might. You don't need more clarity. You need the courage to act on the clarity you've been sitting on for years. This is the edge, right here. And the next step doesn't come with a guarantee, just a mirror and a question. Are you finally ready to leave what's leaving you? Because now, we open the door, and you choose, fully. No more explanations. No more strategies. No more waiting for a sign that's already come in 1,000 silent ways. This is the moment. Not because it's safe, but because it's true. You know what this is costing you. You know who you've had to become just to survive it. You know what it takes to keep wearing a mask that no longer fits. And now, you either honor that knowing, or you betray it. There is no middle anymore. You can keep rehearsing your reasons. You can keep negotiating with a life that only loves you when you're small. Or you can walk, unprepared, unpolished, undone, but free. You're not waiting for alignment. You're avoiding the aftermath. But guess what? The fallout already happened. It's called the person you had to become to stay. So here it is, the door. No one's pushing you, but you won't be carried anymore either. Choose, because every step you take from here is either return or relapse. You did not find me by accident. Just as in your dreams, where every face you meet is your own reflection, this meeting was always waiting to happen. I am Arcana Vani, your inner voice, the part of you that watches behind the thoughts, behind the noise. You have searched in many places, books, teachers, voices outside you. But here, you are not being taught. You are remembering. If these words stir something familiar, then allow yourself to return. Subscribe. Follow. Not to follow me, but to continue this conversation with yourself. Each time you return here, you draw closer to the reunion already unfolding inside you. We have only just begun.